Let's go to Seattle now. The Emerald City. The radio voice of the expansion Kraken is Everett Fitzhugh, and he joins us today from there. How you doing, Everett?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you today?
Good, buddy. Thanks for sitting through the break. I appreciate you coming on with us again.
Yeah.
Can we jump into the funnest topic of the day? It's not about the game.
Okay.
To channel my inner AI here, it's about Nikita Kucherov ripping the Montreal fans. Clearly, you've seen the clip. What did you think about that?
You know, as a former PR guy myself, you know, those are one of those raw, emotional moments that it's really easy to get fired up. You know, while I understand the emotion, you'd like to see if maybe he could have just kept the barbs a little bit low and not fired a couple of shots across the bow. You know, Montreal played a very, very tough series, very, very hard series. Depending on who you talk to throughout the world of hockey, Montreal shouldn't have even been in the playoffs, let alone the Stanley Cup final. So for them to do what they did, I think is nothing short of amazing. You know, you've got your team and your country, you know, potentially can win a cup for the first time since '93. So I give your fans something to be excited about. You know, I understand the circumstances and I understand that he was fired up and happy, but you know, I think you don't want to go down that route of antagonizing fans and things like that, because hey, if we truly are back to a normal schedule next year, a normal divisional lineup next year, you know, Nikita Kucherov is probably Montreal and Quebec's most wanted right now whenever they come back up to the Bell Center.
Who was it that wrote in here? Says Kucherov, here it is, from Patrolman Pete watching in Winnipeg. He says, Kucherov has replaced Mark Scheifele as public enemy number one in Montreal. Well, somebody had to do it. Goes back three rounds on that one. But people want to talk about and I'll get to your soccer questions, by the way, folks. Yes, my Danish team lost yesterday in that semifinal in Euro 2020. Good. Now I don't have to follow it anymore. But
that was a good game, though. That was a really good game, though.
I'll take your word for it. If it's going to be low scoring, I'd rather watch hockey. But they all want to ask Kraken questions. And from producer Clark, producer Clark was saying 9 days away from the expansion draft. So what's the mood around the Kraken as you are very close to actually having players finally?
Yeah, it is a very exciting time for us right now, for our organization, for our partners, and I think more importantly for our fans. You know, this is really an event for our fans, for our community in the great city of Seattle and surrounding areas, and I love to give them a stick tap whenever I can for putting a lot of faith, a lot of time, a lot of money through a pandemic into a team that up until a year ago had no name. We were a vision of a long time coming of bringing the NHL back here to Seattle, and for our fans to stick by us, and when the name announced, for merchandise to fly off the shelves. Even before that, when you sell 10,000 season ticket deposits in 12 minutes, I mean, that is a support like no other. So for us to be able to host an event, and we're finalizing those plans right now, and we're looking forward to announcing that here in the coming days of the who, what, when, where of this event. It's going to be massive. It's going to be an event for our city, for our town to be proud of, for the NHL to be proud of. And I'm excited for it because it makes it real. It makes it real to be able to say that, hey, we're going to have players. We're going to be able to raid the cupboards of 30 of the 31 other NHL teams. Is going to be a lot of fun. I know Ron Francis and Dave Hackstall and his staff, all of our hockey ops staff, I know they are crazy busy right now. Our VP of marketing and communications, she's busy right now. So a lot's going into it, a lot of controlled chaos, but it's going to be a lot of fun coming up here in 9 days.
Arlen Bruce III, he is a Canadian Football League soon-to-be Hall of Famer. He says, bro, Everett Fitzhugh is changing the game, especially as an urban analyst.
You.
Congratulations, fam. Also, I have a singer for you for the national anthem. DM me. Are you in charge of national anthem singers at Seattle Kraken games?
I am not, but you know what? I've actually gotten a couple of requests from some friends and some friends of friends and some people to sing the national anthem. So you know what? I don't know what our Game Ops presentation crew has in mind, but I'm sure they could. They wouldn't turn down some suggestions.
Ryan McCarthy is watching in Saratoga, New York, and he says, is the Kraken looking forward to stealing our favorite players? Their words, not mine. I'm sorry, is there a story there? Yeah, what's the deal? Did the Kraken step in it by saying something? What's the story there?
No, we didn't step in it. So I have to give a shout out to Savannah Hollis and Zach Peggins, who are our phenomenal social media team. They come up with a lot of great memes, a lot of great posts. And there was one post that went viral, maybe about a year, not even a year ago, maybe about 7-8 months ago. That was basically the meme of the guy off into the corner having a party, and he's just saying to himself, these guys have no idea that we're plotting to steal their favorite player right now. So that's something that we make no bones about. We're coming for your favorite player, NHL, your favorite player.
Actually, you're not, because my Vegas Golden Knights are exempt from the expansion draft. So I'm a long-suffering Vegas Golden Knights fan. But we've never won the cup, as I remind. Yeah,
man. Listen, it's been a long time. If anyone deserves a Stanley Cup, it's
Vegas.
Long-suffering Vegas Golden Knights fans.
Vegans, I like it. That might be that's what you should call them. Get that rivalry going. On YouTube, Sergeant Pickles 13 writes in and says, hello from Seattle. What's up, Fitz? You know Sergeant Pickles?
Yeah, he's been very active on social media ever since I got the job. He's been a really cool, really fun supporter. He likes everything that we do. He's always supporting the Kraken and my journey. And I've never met him personally. I don't think I have, at least. Sergeant Pickles is definitely someone who is been a huge follower of ours and mine for quite a while.
It is pretty cool. I love the colors. I love all of it. I didn't get the Kraken thing initially, but now I'm all on board. And actually, you've brought up rivalries and the the divisional alignment and stuff. You're hearing what's coming out of Vancouver, right? Like, Canucks fans are, if the Kraken win a cup before us, I'm never cheering for the Canucks again. They're already talking about it. Are you hearing that stuff, Everett? Because I am out of Vancouver.
You know, I was getting ready to say, I don't think that talk has made it south of the border yet, but I think for us, we're looking forward to that rivalry. We're looking forward to having that natural, geographically close rivalry there. And, every team in Seattle, we always talk about this. If you're the Mariners, your closest team in terms of proximity is a team that's not even in your own league in Colorado. If you're the Seattle Seahawks, your closest team is down the coast in San Francisco. So, to be able to have a team 2.5, 3 hours up the road is going to be a lot of fun for us. We know that those Vancouver Canuck fans are strong. We actually are hoping that we can turn some of those northern Washington Canuck fans into Kraken fans. But we're looking forward to that rivalry. I think, in a perfect world, we do win the Stanley Cup next year in the first few years before Vancouver does. But I will say, I have a feeling that because of all the talent that Vancouver has, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the journey to a Stanley Cup, probably in the not too distant future for Seattle, is going to have to go through Vancouver.
Hey, Everett, I could chop this up with you all day. I really could. And maybe we'll bring you back, but I got one question for you, and I can't remember one more, and I can't remember who asked it, but they said, what type of team is Ron Francis hoping to build? Has your GM said that? What style of play they want to play, or what he'll be going after in the expansion draft?
Ron Francis, he's very close to the vest. He's a very secret, private guy, keeps things really close to the chest. And, we didn't even find out, a lot of folks in the organization didn't find out that Dave Haxtell was going to be the head coach until the night before or the morning of. So, he likes to play things close. I will say that Dave Haxtell, when he was interviewed by the media, when he was introduced a couple of weeks ago, the number one thing that he mentioned was that he wants to field a fast team. He wants to ice a fast team. And, not necessarily speed in terms of guys who have to be able to skate up and down the ice in 10 seconds. I think he's more so he wants to control the pace of the game. He wants to play a fast style of game. He wants to, get on pucks early, get on pucks often. He wants to control the time, make teams play Kraken hockey. So that's the kind of game that Dave Haxtell wants to play. From a GM standpoint, the one word that we've always heard about with Ron Francis has been character. He is a firm believer in leaders, in character, getting guys who are going to be contributing on the ice as well as in the locker room. It wouldn't surprise me that as we go through this expansion draft process, and even in the entry draft process, free agency as well, it wouldn't surprise me to see players who have worn letters, either captains or alternates or assistants, at some point, either in their NHL career, their college career, other stops in their pro career, junior career, whatever. They really believe in character. They want guys who are going to be representative of this organization off the ice in the community, but they also want guys who can lead by example within the locker room. We know we're probably going to have a young team. We know that we're going to have maybe an inexperienced team. So getting guys who can field that character trait, I think is really important to this hockey ops staff.
Well, I'll tell you what, Everett, I appreciate the visit. We're going to be watching the expansion draft very closely, and thanks for your time, man. Have fun. Enjoy this last summer before you get going for real.
I was getting ready to say, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Seattle Kraken are in first place. So I'm really looking forward to this. Let's get this going.
Yeah, for now. Thanks, Everett. Have a great day. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks,
all right.
Guys.
Checking in from Seattle, the radio voice of the Kraken.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.